Hey guys, good morning. What's up? I'm Yalek, and this is another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, actually, I had, this is not the video I intended to run today. I had intended to show you another video, which I have all queued up and ready to go, but I think it's going to wait, because this morning, the developers did a video. That's my dog in the background, snorting like a troll. Anyway, so the developers, if you go into your Boom box, the developers posted a link to a video. On the left is the Boom Beach forum community manager Supercell hired, Drew, and he's apparently very popular, much more so than his predecessors. And on the right is one of the game developers, Matt, I think, and they talk about the future of Boom Beach. And so, a couple things to discuss about that. But before I do, so that there's something to watch while I am talking, I'm going to show the video that I was going to show in the first place was about a dumb grappler, and that's a separate attack. I'll show that another time. But I got another dumb grappler this morning, so I had the idea that maybe I should just let these run. So 3 warrior attacks. Hakes, I'm not quite sure how we pronounce that. LW and NYC Pete. Unboosted. And so Hakes was the dumb grappler. I see this a lot, and I don't know why people do it. No shield. This is one of the weirder bases I've ever seen. No shield, but he has ice, and if you look at that ice, he's got a masterpiece and a guardian. One of them is, so I figured, okay, building health, right? Clicked on him to check. Building damage, and then the guardian is building health. Very, very odd. And he's got his grappler right next to the HQ, which is just the worst place you can put it if you want to stop warrior rushes, which obviously this guy does not, because he has no shield and he has his grappler next to the HQ. When I run up with my warriors, Bullet, I mean, this thing has a huge blind spot. Bullet will be well within that blind spot. Now, he has another problem, because if I had wanted to shock that grappler, if I had needed to, it can be shocked along with this, the shock launcher. He has a blaster, which is good. Blasters and Bullet don't mix. But really, I've got 3 shocks. And this has become a non-factor because of its placement there. And he needs a shield. And his ice is just stupid, so I don't know what's going on. Best guess, if I had to guess, I don't use Team Ed, have never used Team Ed, so I don't read it very well. I'm guessing that this layout would be pretty good against Team Ed. If that's what he's going for, great. But, you know, when I was coming up through the game, the thing that annoyed me far, far more than Team Ed was warrior rushes, because A, I couldn't do them, and B, I didn't know how to stop them. So, next base is going to be LW, and I'll let these run after. Next base, LW, the only reason I'm showing this, because this is a pretty straightforward warrior rush, he just has 1 prototype, but look, the guy actually cares about defense. He's got 3 ice, health, boosting, damage, health, damage. He actually cares about defense. And again, I suspect that this might be designed for Team Eds, but I wouldn't be an authority on that. But if you care about defense at all, and he obviously has the slots for, he obviously does, he's boosting his ice, he has 4 ice and he's boosting 1 of them, and he has no shield, and this is just the easiest warrior rush you've ever seen. 2 shocks, I believe, because the shock blaster can go with one of the shock launchers. And then finally we have NYC Pete. And NYC Pete, again, has ice. I think he has 2 masterpieces and boosting. Now, he cares about defense. Okay. He has a slightly better configuration for stopping warriors. No shield, but he has placed his HQ way in the back here to try to make me stretch out my GBE. Unfortunately, he has thrown his mines all over the base, just kind of randomly. It's sort of like Jackson Pollock mine strategy here. And he's left a very clear running lane right up through here. It's so clear that really I don't even, I mean, I could do a barrage or something down here, but I don't think I even bother clearing any mines at all, because why? So, I mean, he forced me to use extra GBE by placing his headquarters back there, but he's also saved me GBE by not putting his mines in my way. He has a blaster. Like I said, blasters and bullets don't mix, but he's made a mistake here. It's good putting it next to the HQ like that, but if you're going to have a corner base, you want the HQ to be over one more tile, and you want this to be over one more tile, up against the wall. Because when these things are right up against the wall, it's really hard to get your shock in without shocking a bunch of your warriors too, standing on this side of the base. By moving this thing out just the one tile, he allows me to throw my shock back here. So I just throw it right into the corner, get this, and clip just the minimum number of my own warriors. This shock is good. This shock is really stupid. I don't know what it's doing over there. This shock is in position to be a nuisance to me. This is in a good spot too, but I can shock the two of those together, so that's not really helping him. So the one thing I really have left to worry about is this grappler. And so I came up with a pretty cool idea staring at this. Noticed that he's left this rocket launcher over here mostly undefended. There's really not a whole lot going on. And he has this flamethrower, which is just out of range. So I had the idea that I was going, I've never done this before, but as I'm smoking my way up, stop somewhere about over in here, flare onto the HQ, and then very quickly do a smoke, and then my two smokes right on the HQ, my fat smoking, I call that. So my warriors will gather up around the HQ, Bullet will stand somewhere over here, and then I'll throw critters into this smoke off to the side, and the critters should be plenty to distract the grappler. This one didn't end up being the cleanest ever, but it went down. So, okay, so I'm going to let those run, and then dev video. Jeez. Hoppers. This hop should be fun. Nope, stop. So, dev video. Dev video is interesting, sort of a state of the game and going forward. Good to note, the devs mentioned very specifically that one of their goals this year is to try to make the game better for max level players. Now, one thing they're going to start doing, the next update would be the end of March, they said, probably somewhere around then. And one thing they're going to do is start running Mega Crab regularly, possibly monthly even. That would be the goal. And that by itself is kind of cool. It could get a little stale, but they also said that they're going to try to freshen up the Mega Crab. That grappler, just ridiculous. They're going to try to freshen up the Mega Crab by, one thing they said was like coordinating tribe boosts, so that maybe you get like a crazy tribe boost on Scorchers just in time for the Mega Crab. I was also, I mean, obviously we, in the Mega Turtle last time around, we had the new gunboat abilities, so they could do stuff with that as well. And they mentioned sort of strengthening or strengthening, I guess is the word, the reward system for the Mega Crab. So that could be cool also. That's a pretty big deal, but nothing we haven't seen before. They specifically mentioned trying to make the game more interesting for max level players. So I don't know what that means. That could mean the Mega Crab events and competition. It could also mean possibly new buildings, maybe a new HQ, maybe not. That would be kind of boring, so I hope it's not just that. You know, like HQ 23. I hope it's not just that. I'm hoping someone suggested a new hero. I think that was from Cosmic Duo. That wouldn't be bad, but that wouldn't be bad. I mean, as long as it's a decent hero, then, I mean, Bullet has changed the game forever. Kavan, whatever. But it would be something. It would at least change up gameplay. I'm not quite sure where they're going with that. However, they were asked a question about improving base defenses, because all of the updates in the last kind of couple years have been about strengthening offense, and there's been nothing to balance that. So the devs are working on new prototype weapons, including, and this is a big deal, one that can see through smoke. Now, I read about this online and immediately, like, panicked a little bit, like, oh no, because that could change the game forever. You know, all of these smoking strategies that people use, smoky warriors, smoky hookah, smoky zuka, I've seen smoky grens. I mean, like, if we had something that was seriously damaging and could see through smoke, like a laser or something like that, that would mess things up royally. However, I went and watched the video myself, which you should do. Always investigate firsthand, especially these days. Fake news. Anyway, in the video, the devs described the tower, this new tower, as a sniper, new prototype sniper that could see through smoke. So then I was a little less panicky, because that doesn't sound nearly as terrifying as, like, a laser that could see through smoke. If the thing does any kind of splash damage, then that would be a real problem. There's that side smoke I mentioned. Critters on the way. If the thing, a sniper, of course, you know, is a one-hitter and it doesn't do area damage. If this thing does any kind of area damage, it's a problem. And if it had a really fast firing rate, you know, sort of like a blaster, I could see how it could be an issue. But they specifically use the word sniper, so why would they use that word? Knowing that there's already a sniper in the game, why would they use that word? So that one wasn't completely clean there, not a ton left going, but enough, obviously. And he was boosting his ice too, so. All sounds good. Even the monthly crab event is something new and different. So definitely some things to look forward to. We know they're working on it. We know they have ideas. So I'm pretty optimistic about that. They've been, I feel like they've been on a really good run lately. So yeah, the game has been improving. There's lots of cool new things to do. These temporary abilities are fantastic. Lots and lots of fun to play with. You know, we've had the heroes coming along sporadically, and those do change gameplay tremendously. So, you know, I don't think we're done here. I think there's a lot of good stuff to look forward to. Anyway, so that is dev update. That is the stupid grappler. Yeah. Hope you liked the video. Give me a thumbs up if you do. Have a great day.